Here is your The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Friday, October 17th, 2025. Will couldn't believe he was having a baby with Luna. Bill took full responsibility for getting Luna out of prison, but Katie blamed Lee. She felt like Lee faking Luna's death was what paved the way for her to take advantage of Will. His family was there for him, but he couldn't think about himself. His priority still remained with Electra. Will stated, "I'm having a baby with a manic. That kid is going to be born in a prison cell. It's insane, all of it, and I hate that Electra has to deal with all of this." Katie reminded Will that Electra was standing by him throughout all of it, but he wasn't convinced that she could withstand the pressure of Luna. He was worried she'd eventually bail because of the chaos involved with the pregnancy. Lee paced in her office, and she braced for a confrontation with Finn. She didn't have to wait long because he quickly entered and said, "Luna is alive because of you." She couldn't let Luna die, and she wanted her to have another chance to get things right. During their argument, Poppy walked in, and Finn stunned her and revealed Luna's newly resurrected state. Poppy couldn't believe her eyes, and she didn't think it was funny. Finn asserted it wasn't a joke, and that Lee saved her life. Lee defended her actions and highlighted the details of Luina's recovery. She thought Poppy was in shock, but Finn confirmed it was all true. Luna was alive, and he'd witnessed it firsthand. She finally processed it and proclaimed to everyone, "That little bitch is actually alive." Lee and Finn were floored by her declaration. She berated Lee for playing God again. She recalled when Lee saved Finn in a similar manner. Luna tried to frame Poppy for a slew of murders, so her mother had no love for her anymore. Lee was disgusted at her sister's actions, but she demanded to know Luna's whereabouts. At first, Poppy was pleased to hear that her criminal offspring was locked away in a prison cell. However, she was entirely blindsided by the revelation that she and Finn were set to be grandparents. She wondered if it was a one-night stand with a random man, but Lee brought up Poppy's past. Poppy couldn't believe that Bill Spencer was the baby's grandfather, and asked which of Bill's sons was the father. After learning the identity, Poppy appeared to have a demeanor shift, which signaled she might see an angle for herself in all of it. Back at Forrester Creations, Brooke gave her opinion on the designer submissions for Hope for the Future. She felt like none of them were a good fit, except for the one secretly submitted by Deke. Everyone thought whoever was behind the creations had an intimate knowledge of Hope. The designer nailed every aspect of Hope's aesthetic, something that amazed Hope. She had everyone submit anonymously, but it was time to confirm the identity of her chosen designer. Everyone asserted it was time to get in touch with the person behind the designs, so things could progress further. Carter found a phone number for the designer attached to the portfolio, and they agreed to call them. Soon, everyone would know that Deke was the mystery designer they were raving about. Carter felt like, since it was Hope's line, she should do the honors and make the call. Deke flashed back to his discussion with Hope, which led to his gamble to submit the designs. Electra entered the design room, and Deke quickly introduced himself. He already knew who she was, and he was quite impressed by her. They were both elated at the return of Hope's line, and like everyone else, Electra asked Deke why he hadn't asked Hope to secure him a job. They both wanted to secure or maintain their spots in their careers on their own merits. He confessed that he placed his portfolio anonymously with the more seasoned designers. Electra came to the conclusion that Deke's sneaky move was what had him on edge. Deke's phone rang, and he told Electra that it was Hope. She was speechless at the idea of Deke on the other end of the line. She asked for his immediate presence in the CEO's room, and he said he'd be right over. It was the number he put down on his portfolio, so he had a hunch he was the chosen one. Deke confirmed he was the face behind the designs, but he didn't want her to know it was him. Like he previously stated, he had to earn this spot on the merit of his talent as a designer. Ridge was impressed with the designs, and he loved everything about them. Nobody could believe that Deke was the face behind the new designers, and they praised how much he encapsulated Hope as a brand. Ridge recognized that Hope wanted to work with Deke, so they officially invited him on board as a designer at Forrester Creations. They couldn't believe it, but Hope was beyond proud. Will arrived at Forrester and reminded Electra that she had a choice in all of the chaos. Knowing Luina was behind bars comforted Electra, but it was difficult to ignore her looming presence. Being tied to Luina for the rest of her life terrified her. It was always there, and she couldn't escape it. Will said, "I don't know what the future is going to hold for the two of us. All I know is these comments, right here, right now, with you. You know that you are the only girl I love, right? Remember that promise we made? Somehow, some way, we will get through this together, always together." Will and Electra embraced after his declaration, but the look plastered on Electra's face spoke volumes. She was in so far over her head. The Bold and the Beautiful recap for Friday, October 17th, indicates that John Finn Finnegan had some grandparents' news for Poppy Nozawa, while Deke Sharp's big reveal stunned Hope Logan. At the hospital, Finn confronted Lee Finnegan since she saved Luna Nozawa and kept her survival quiet. Once Poppy showed up on Friday's B&B episode, Finn informed her that Luna was alive. Poppy called Luna a little bitch and was glad to hear she was now in prison where she belonged. Finn also shocked Poppy with the revelation that they were going to be grandparents. Poppy got updates on Luna being pregnant by Will Spencer and was totally floored. At Forrester Creations, Ridge Forrester, Brooke Logan, Carter Walton, and Hope continued to gush over the new designer pick. Once Hope decided it was time to get in touch with the person behind the designs, she looked at the attached business card and handed Carter her phone to dial the number. In the design office, Deke exchanged introductions with Electra Forrester and complimented some of her jewelry. During their chat, Deke let Electra in on a secret and admitted he put his portfolio in Hope's anonymous pile. Back with Hope, she was surprised when Deke answered the phone. Deke explained this was his new LA number and was summoned to the CEO office, where Hope got confirmation those were his designs. Deke worried Hope might be upset over his deception, but she wasn't angry at all and was thoroughly impressed with his talent. Ridge sang Deke's praises as well, so Deke was thrilled when he got the job and vowed not to let them down. At the Spencer mansion, Will sulked over this whole Luna mess as he vented to his parents. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan were there for Will, who eventually met up with Electra to check on her and insist they'd get through this together. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers say Will and Electra may have more romantic obstacles ahead of them due to this whole Luna fiasco, so stay tuned. CDL's where you want to be for exciting Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, updates, and news, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. The Bold and the Beautiful preview video for the week of October 20 to 24 reveals that Steffy Forrester will return to a Luna Nozawa survival twist, while Hope Logan gets a Liam Spencer push. B&B's weekly promo kicks off with Steffy's long-awaited comeback. So many fans will be eager to see her again now that Jacqueline McInnes Wood is headed back on screen. Kelly Spencer and Hayes Finnegan will run into John Finn Finnegan's arms as they come home with Steffy, who'll exclaim over how happy the kids are to see Finn. Of course, Finn will love this little family reunion and will ultimately share a sweet moment alone with his wife. Steffy will want updates on everything she missed while she was away, but she's not going to like the news Finn's about to deliver. Finn will try to prepare Steffy for this tough blow by admitting this is going to be a shock. After Finn spills that Luna is alive, he'll give Steffy a hug and try to calm her down, since she'll be pretty freaked out. Steffy will eventually hear the whole ugly story, including the part about Luna violating Will Spencer and getting pregnant. In the meantime, Poppy Nozawa will decide to pay a jailhouse visit to Luna, so that'll give her a chance to address all the pregnancy drama. After Poppy points out that Luna got knocked up by a billionaire's son, she'll tell Luna that was well played. However, Luna may insist the love she has for Will is real and hold out hope that he can love her back once the baby's born. Poppy, on the other hand, may think Luna is delusional if she believes Will could actually look at her with anything but disgust. Over with Deacon Sharp, he'll push Hope to pour her heart out to Liam. Deacon will urge Hope not to let Liam get away again, and Brooke Logan should back him up on that. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Hope may take Deacon and Brooke's advice by going to Liam and confessing that she still believes in their future together. CDL will have other Hot Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, updates, and news, so stop by often for more B&B info. The bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Steffy Forrester may root for Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp. Steffy could infuriate Sheila Sharp with her man-stealer support. So let's discuss how all this might go down. Now that Ridge Forrester has chosen Brooke Logan and married her again, you can bet he'll face backlash from Steffy. Ridge broke Taylor's heart for the umpteenth time, so Steffy will give him a piece of her mind. Considering how many romantic splits Ridge and Taylor have had on B&B, Steffy may finally stop being their #1 cheerleader. Steffy might see that it's truly better for Taylor if she moves on with her life. Now that Taylor and Deacon are bonding, there's the potential for them to develop real feelings for each other. Steffy may not be Deacon's biggest fan, but she might come to support the idea of their pairing if Taylor truly falls hard. Above all else, Steffy just wants her mom to be happy. If Deacon can do that for Taylor, Steffy may decide she's on board with this romantic matchup. Of course, that could put Steffy at odds with Ridge, who definitely won't approve of Taylor and Deacon's connection. Steffy could also end up provoking Sheila's wrath, so she may need to watch her back. This is the kind of thing that could put Steffy back in Sheila's danger zone. Sheila has vowed not to let anything or anyone interfere in her marriage to Deacon. And that'll include Steffy if she roots for Taylor and Deacon to be a couple. Steffy will be outraged over Sheila hiding Luna's survival and won't blame Deacon a bit for considering the end of his marriage. Since Steffy knows Taylor would be a real catch for Deacon, she may acknowledge that and infuriate Sheila in the process. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Steffy and Sheila's feud may reignite in a big way, so we'll bring you updates on any troubling news to come. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Monday, October 20th, reveal that Poppy Nozawa will visit Luna Nozawa in prison and call out her gold digger daughter. Now that Poppy knows Luna is alive and pregnant with Will Spencer's baby, she'll feel the need to see Luna and push her buttons. That means Poppy's about to visit Luna and taunt her over the situation. Poppy will sit down with Luna and comment on how well played it was to get knocked up by a billionaire's son. Of course, Luna may fire back that Poppy is the gold digger who always chased after rich older men. Perhaps Luna will argue that she's not after Bill Spencer's money and assure Poppy that her love for Will is the real deal. However, Poppy may counter that Luna isn't capable of loving anyone but herself at this point. Since Luna took advantage of Will in such a terrible way and has committed a long list of crimes, Poppy won't see any universe where Will could ever give Luna a real chance. Now that Luna has landed back behind bars on B&B, Poppy may take great pleasure in throwing that fact in her daughter's face. While Poppy gets under Luna's skin, John Finnegan has a wonderful surprise coming up. That's because Steffy Forrester will come home with Kelly Spencer and Hayes Finnegan soon enough. It'll be nice to see this family back together in the coming episodes, but Finn will also face the difficult task of giving Steffy the latest Luna updates. You can bet Steffy will be a nervous wreck when she finds out Luna is alive, but at least Luna is back in jail. Even so, Steffy won't be happy about being kept in the dark for so long, nor will she be happy about Luna getting pregnant by Will. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Steffy has plenty of jaw-dropping news ahead of her, so don't miss her reaction once Finn explains what's been happening in Los Angeles. CDL will have all the scorching bold and the beautiful spoilers, news and updates you're looking for, so make us your favorite B&B hotspot. The festivities at Il Giardino could be a sign of how their marriage is faring. The bold and the beautiful will have a Thanksgiving episode this year, which means fans can anticipate a heartwarming gathering. However, CBS's summary for the festivities may have spoiled fans about whether Deacon and Sheila's romance is still going strong. According to the episode description for Wednesday, November 26th's Thanksgiving episode, the spouses won't be separated for the holiday. They'll both be at Il Giardino, and, out of the goodness of their hearts, they'll be inviting Daphne and Carter to eat with them. Check out the full summary below. Sheila, Deacon, Carter, and Daphne are an odd combination, but what stands out the most is that the couple is celebrating Thanksgiving together. While it's doubtful they'll have worked everything out by the end of November, it does seem like a good sign that their marriage is holding on. Deacon has been struggling over Sheila's decision not to tell him her granddaughter Luna didn't die. He despises the young woman because she murdered 2 of his friends. However, Sheila was hoping that Luna's second chance at life would inspire a change in her behavior, but alas, it did not. Choosing to withhold the truth, even though she did plan on telling Deacon the day he found out, has put a strain on their marriage. It's also opened the door to a potential romance with Taylor. Although Deacon and Taylor won't be at the same table for Thanksgiving, Rebecca Budig's appearance in the episode means fans could be in for some pining, or maybe even a sneaky phone call. The writers have definitely been flirting with the possibility of the two being the next ill-advised relationship on the soap. Sheila already caught them in an embrace that looked a bit too intimate. Deacon has also made an inappropriate comment or two during his therapy sessions. If the plan is to slow burn them as Deacon figures out what he wants, Sheila and Deacon being together for Thanksgiving may not be the balm the two need to fix their marriage. It might just be a Band-Aid. We'll see as B&B slips toward Christmas whether the couple will be ringing in the new year together or parting ways. Break bread with Sin's family and enjoy Il Giardino's cuisine this holiday season. The holidays are right around the corner, and CBS wants the bold and the beautiful fans to be ready for what's to come for the soap's Thanksgiving episode. Unfortunately, the entire cast won't be gathering at Eric's table, but Sin lovers will be happy to see their couple at the center of this year's festivities. Sheila and Deacon will also be playing host to two unexpected guests as the daytime drama focuses on family and new connections. Thanksgiving dinner at the Cliff House and Il Giardino will take place on Wednesday, November 26th. Steffy, Finn, Taylor, Kelly, and Hayes will be breaking bread with a surprise guest who's yet to be announced. We wonder if it's the second young family member that co-head writer Michael Minnis teased would be coming to town, or perhaps the blast from Daphne's past, who's said to be making an appearance this fall. But the perfumer won't be spending the holiday with her friend. No, she'll be sitting at Sheila's and Deacon's table along with Carter. The couple, whose marriage has been on the rocks, extend an invitation that Daphne and Carter are surprised by. Carter is typically a guest at Eric's gatherings or Brooke's, but it's possible this year might be more than awkward for him. While Hope seems to be doing fine after their broken engagement, Carter's still smarting from the end of their relationship, even though he's been trying to smile his way through it at work. As for Daphne, this may be her first time stateside during Thanksgiving. The French don't have this holiday, so she could find herself at the Italian restaurant looking to pass the time. Bumping into Carter would be a happy accident. Spending time together during a major American holiday might bring them closer and could be the nudge they need to begin a romance. If they do, with Christmas just a month away, Carter may just get the romantic holiday magic he craves. Whatever happens, Sheila and Deacon won't be spending Thanksgiving by themselves, which they're sure to be happy about. They've always wanted to have guests to laugh and share stories with, and now they'll be getting their wish. The Bold and the Beautiful recap is in for Friday, October 17th, 25. In today's episode, Deke Sharp gets to know Electra Forrester. Hope Logan picks the winning portfolio. Plus, Lee Finnegan and John Finn Finnegan tell Penelope Poppy Nozawa that Luna Nozawa is alive and pregnant. At the mansion, Will Spencer freaks out to Bill Spencer and Katie Logan. The young man is worried about Electra bailing on him. Katie says she's sticking around now, so there's no reason to worry. However, Will says that he just can't lose Electra over Luna's trickery. Bill takes responsibility, but Katie blames Lee. Lee is at the hospital working in her office. Finn enters, and Lee instantly braces herself. The younger doctor tells his mother, "Luna is alive because of you." Lee tries to explain. She was trying to help. Poppy barges in and says Finn summoned her there. Finn says that Luna is alive. Poppy thinks he's joking, but the doctor saw Luna himself. It's true. Lee lied about Luna dying and gave her a second chance. Poppy is horrified and repulsed that her daughter is alive. Poppy bashes Lee and then demands to know where Luna is. Finn says she's back in prison. The mother smiles because that's where Luna belongs. There's more though, Finn says. They are going to be grandparents. Poppy assumes Luna had a fling. Finn says that the baby belongs to Will. At Forrester Creations, Deke runs into Electra, so he introduces himself. Deke explains that Hope Logan is busy going through designer portfolios. Deke mentions he just finished design school. Electra asks if he's going to ask Hope for a job. However, he explains that he wants to prove his worth. Deke gushes about Electra's jewelry designs. Deke then tells her a secret, that he slipped his portfolio into the stack of applications. Later, Will rushes in and asks Electra how he really feels about Luna's pregnancy. Hope, Ridge Forrester, Brooke Logan Forrester, and Carter Walton find a winning portfolio. It's like the designer just knows her. She can't wait to find out who this designer is. Carter gives her the designer's phone number, and she gets ready to call. Deke gets the call and tells Electra that Hope wants to see him. She wishes him luck. Deke enters the CEO office, confusing everyone. Deke says the designs are his. He didn't mention it before because he didn't want special treatment. Ridge tells Deke, "Welcome to Forrester Creations. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on CBS or Paramount Plus to find out what happens next. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Taylor Hayes could get some competition when it comes to a romance with Deacon Sharp. And we don't mean his soon-to-be ex-wife Sheila Carter. Is another woman from Deacon's past coming back to Los Angeles to complicate things for the potential new couple? Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers down below. There have been soap rumor for years hinting that CBS baddie Amber Moore could be on her way back to Los Angeles. Those rumors gained momentum when Amber and Deacon's son Deke Moore popped up on the daytime show. Is it finally time for Adrienne France's Bold and the Beautiful comeback? Amber Moore was a big deal on B&B back in the day. The villainess had a long, complicated relationship with Deacon Sharp. Deacon and Amber's sister were actually the biological parents of Deke. But when Deke's bio-mom died, Amber stole the newborn and tried to raise him as her son with Rick Forrester. Eventually, the truth came out, as it always does on soaps, and Deacon fought for the little boy and took him back from Amber and renamed him Deke. When Deke left Bold and Beautiful over a decade ago, he was still referred to as Little Eric. Despite all the baby swapping over the years, Amber Moore was still a huge part of Deke's life, and there's no reason to think he isn't in contact with her anymore. Adrienne France might even pop in to check up on her son, their nephew. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint Taylor Hayes and Deacon Sharp will move full steam ahead with their rebound romance. But will Deke's mom return and complicate things for the new couple? Deacon and Amber have a long history. Does Taylor stand a chance? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers are in for Monday, October 20th, 2025. In the next episode, fans can expect Penelope Poppy Nozawa to visit Luna Nozawa in prison. Meanwhile, Steffy Forrester Finnegan reunites with John Finn Finnegan. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Let's talk about Luna, who is back in prison after her baby plan failed. While she is carrying Will Spencer's child, she thought it would give her a pass out of prison. Instead, Luna ended up arrested and thrown back behind bars. Then, Katie Logan told Luna that she was going to take custody of the baby the minute it's born. Poppy has always maintained that her daughter was born evil and deserves to rot. In fact, Poppy was rather cold and heartless when told that her daughter was dead. Then, she reacted with horror and disgust that her daughter is now alive. In a preview clip, Poppy visits her daughter in prison. With a weird smile, Poppy congratulates Luna on her Spencer baby claim. I'm not sure if she's just trying to earn Luna's trust to blindside her, or if she might have been working with Luna all along. It's really hard to tell with her. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Monday, October 20th, reveal that Steffy will return from Paris. The kids and Steffy share a heartwarming reunion with Finn. While Sin is so happy to be together again, there is something that Steffy needs to know right away. After some smooching and getting updated, Finn will have something serious to share. The good doctor will have to tell his wife that Luna is alive. Steffy does ask where she is, and Finn replies in prison. However, Finn might also warn her that Luna tricked Will into sleeping with her and is now pregnant. Steffy seems pretty horrified, so I wonder if she will confront Luna in prison. Steffy will definitely want to connect with Electra Forrester and help her through this. Steffy and Electra have gotten close in the past few months, and the girl was even caring for Hayes Forrester Finnegan. So, I imagine Steffy and Electra could get even closer as they process Luna's baby. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, October 20th, 2025. B&B fans defend their favorite ships, with some standing by Sheila and others backing Taylor. Deacon is a man caught between trust issues and tangled love stories on The Bold and the Beautiful. After Sheila didn't immediately tell him that Luna was alive, Deacon found himself talking things through with Taylor. Yes, as a therapist, hoping to sort out why his heart keeps landing him in dangerous waters. But as Deacon opened up on screen, fans are opening up online too, debating whether his romantic past or his messy present is where his future belongs. One fan's post lit up social media and set off a passionate dialogue. The conversation started with @RobinSuaFarm, who wrote, "They did chemistry test Deacon/Taylor before they did Sheekan. I liked it. If Sheekan hadn't been the one interesting thing on the show during some dark days, I might enjoy Deacon/Taylor, but I don't want to give up Sheekan. I don't think we have a second string." #bold and beautiful. They followed up, sharing more thoughts on why Sheekan became such a defining pairing. They posted, "I don't mean they can't ever break up, or that I think they are a fated, great romantic couple or anything, but they are interesting on a day-in, day-out basis. Who else on the show that they actually shown right now that is 100% interesting day-to-day?" Others chimed in quickly as one responded, "But that was with KA's Taylor." The original poster agreed, adding, "That is true. But it does mean they were showing an interest in going there before, which actually made a lot more sense at the time they were testing. We'll have to see." And another viewer gave their take. "They can never give Sheila a break, like Deacon should be mad, but to expect her to abandon the one family member that acknowledged her." Elsewhere on X, a clip of Sheila warning Taylor to stay away from Deacon got people just as fired up. The fans' caption summed it up bluntly. Sheila tells Taylor no one is coming between Deacon and her. That was all it took. One follower declared, "I am Team Sheila, and if St. Taylor goes after Deacon, I hope Sheila gives her hell. Maybe Taylor can fuck off to Europe." Another viewer wasn't pulling punches either, countering with, "She cra Taylor, drop him!" The debate quickly turned into a full-on shipping war. Sheekan loyalists on one side, Taylor hopefuls on the other, with plenty of passion in the mix. It's exactly the kind of fan energy that proves Deacon's love life still has B&B viewers interested. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint Luna Nozawa could have some complications with her pregnancy while she's behind bars. The Spencer family never intended for the pregnant killer to be behind bars with their grandbaby in her belly. How can they keep an eye on the little fetus? Electra Forrester believes she did the right thing by calling the cops on Luna and having her thrown in jail. But she also had her boyfriend Will Spencer's baby thrown in prison too. Will she end up regretting it? Here's what's coming up next on Bold and Beautiful. Spoilers down below. The Bold and the Beautiful viewers know why Electra called the cops and tipped them off to Luna's whereabouts. But if she loves Will Spencer Jr. as much as she claims to, shouldn't she love his baby too? Even if the baby's mother is Luna Nozawa? Electra seems to think that she did her boyfriend Will Spencer a favor by calling the police. But did she just do herself a favor? Was having Luna thrown in jail really in the best interest of her boyfriend? Or was it just Electra's way of getting back at Luna for sleeping with Will and getting pregnant? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint Electra snitching on Luna could come back to bite her down the road. If something happens to Will's baby while Luna is behind bars, he might even blame Electra for putting his unborn child in danger. It's no secret that medical care is primitive in prison, even for expecting mothers. There's a high probability of Luna losing the baby or having complications while she's in jail. Do you think Electra Forrester may have made a mistake by putting Luna back in jail? Will the Spencers blame Electra if something happens to the baby? The Bold and the Beautiful viewers are counting down the days until Steffy Forrester returns to Los Angeles. But the Forrester heiress is going to be in for quite a surprise when she comes home. What will she think about Liam Spencer and Hope Logan reuniting? Keep reading to find out. Here's what's coming up next on the CBS soap. Spoilers below. When Steffy Forrester left town, Liam Spencer had just received a clean bill of health and beat his imaginary cancer diagnosis. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say there were whisperings of a steam reunion before Jacqueline McInnes Wood had to go on maternity leave. but they never came to fruition. Instead, Hope Logan seemed to step in and replace Steffy at Liam's hospital bed. In fact, after Steffy left town, Hope and Liam got very close. It's safe to say that no one has given Steffy an update about what's happening back home. She has no idea that Liam Spencer has been begging Hope Logan to dump Carter Walton and get back together with him. Liam is so focused on reuniting with Hope, he just shot Ivy Forrester's advances down. According to B&B spoilers, when Steffy returns, her marriage with Dr. John Finnegan will also be in trouble. Is she going to try to double back and cry on Liam's shoulder when her marriage falls apart? Hope Logan isn't going to be impressed when her rival returns and starts sniffing around Liam again. It might even inspire her to make things official with Liam sooner rather than later. When Steffy realizes Luna Nozawa is alive, Finn can probably kiss his marriage goodbye. Will Steffy shock Liam by announcing she wants to get back together with him? What about Hope? Let us know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for more B&B spoilers and news. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say that Steffy Forrester will be in for quite a surprise when she comes home to Los Angeles on the CBS soap. In fact, she could have a new stepdad. Taylor Hayes is moving on. Can her daughter accept the new man in her life? Here's what's coming up next on B&B. Spoilers down below. When Steffy Forrester left Los Angeles, her parents, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes, were planning their wedding. After years of failed attempts, Queen Steffy finally got her parents back together and on track to remarry. B&B spoilers say Steffy will get quite a shock when she comes back. It's not clear if anyone bothered to tell Steffy Forrester that her dad married Brooke Logan last month. We know when Steffy returns and finds out, she's going to have a massive temper tantrum. Interestingly, her mom Taylor seems to be okay with the breakup and already has a potential new love interest. After her split from Ridge, Taylor decided to dive back into her work. The first patient to pay her a visit was none other than Deacon Sharp. Deacon needed help deciding if he should divorce Sheila Carter. After he spent a few hours with Taylor, his decision was made, and he now has a huge crush on the world-renowned psychiatrist. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers hint Taylor and Deacon will continue spending time together, and sparks will fly between the unlikely duo. The Forresters have never been huge fans of Deacon Sharp, and Steffy is going to be unimpressed that her mother is canoodling with Hope Logan's father. Will Steffy try to get her parents back together again? If Taylor is happy, what is so wrong with her hanging out with the Il Giardino owner? Share your thoughts down below in the comments, and keep checking back here on Soap Opera Spy for new Bold and Beautiful spoilers and updates. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, October 20th reveal that Poppy Nozawa will visit Luna Nozawa. Steffy Forrester returns to LA. John Finnegan has shocking news for Steffy. Poppy has recently learned that not only is her daughter alive and well, but she is also pregnant by Will Spencer. Poppy will go to see Luna in prison and confront her about her billionaire daddy. Luna at least pulled off something that Poppy could not manage on her own. Of course, if Luna hadn't told the truth, no one would have ever known that she was not Bill Spencer's daughter. Now that Luna is pregnant by Will, she certainly doesn't believe she should be in prison. Will Poppy help Luna figure out a way for Bill to move her back into his house again? Spoilers suggest that Poppy and Luna may join forces against the Spencers to get what they want. Is Luna about to get everything she ever wanted thanks to her mom? Steffy has been out of town for a while, since portrayer Jacqueline McInnes Wood was on maternity leave. Now Steffy is back home and over her ordeal with Luna. Steffy believes that she and Liam are both safe because Luna is dead and gone. After all, Lee Finnegan pronounced her dead. Steffy has no idea that Lee decided to save Luna at all costs and try to reform her. Lee wanted her granddaughter to have a decent chance at life and believed she could help Luna to turn her life around. Steffy is ready to settle into her home with Finn and the kids and get on with their lives. However, Finn has something that Steffy needs to know first. Finn had no idea that Steffy would be home this quickly. However, Steffy will come home with Kelly Spencer and Hayes Finnegan before Finn has a chance to decide how to tell Steffy the truth. Steffy leaves Finn no choice but to just blurt out that Luna is alive and that his mother is responsible for her survival. Will Steffy be able to live with the fact that Luna is alive after learning that she is behind bars? Bill has no intention of getting her out of prison, and Katie Logan plans to take custody of Luna's baby when it is born. All of this seems to be a bit too easy and very hard for Steffy to come to terms with. How will Steffy deal with this shocking news? Bold and the Beautiful taunts with Luna Nozawa, pregnant but arrested, and if there's any justice, she will spend the rest of her natural life behind bars. But that leaves the question of who will raise her and Will Spencer's baby. Even though Katie Logan already said she would, it might not work out that way at all. And I suspect we could wind up with a custody battle for this unborn Spencer spawn for a few good reasons. Alright, let's talk about who might make a grab for the kid. Obviously, Luna was stunned when the new life she dreamed of with Will just poof went up in smoke. Even though the DNA test said Luna is pregnant by Will, he does not want her. And Electra Forrester called the cops, and Chief Baker hauled her away, no matter that she was begging Bill Spencer and everybody else to save her. So obviously, if Luna stays in prison, she can't be with her baby. And her jaw dropped when Katie Logan said she and Bill Spencer would be raising Luna and Will's child. But just because Katie said it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And as a matter of fact, Luna may not want that for her child. Even if she's in prison, which seems likely since Bill says he won't help her out, Luna may get some say in the matter of who raises her and Will's child. There are other people who may actually want to raise this baby, each with their own reasons for doing it. I will say off the cuff that despite this allegedly being Will's baby, I don't think he's going to want to play daddy to the kid because Luna got him drunk and molested him, and that's unpleasant. And I don't think Electra is going to want to be a stepmom to Luna's spawn. So, I'm not even counting them as possibilities. But there are other interested parties, some of them more legit than others, but all who could make a case that they have a legal claim to this child with its father, Will, apathetic about custody, and its mom, Luna, locked up hopefully for life. First of all, obviously there's Katie and Bill as possible adoptive or custodial parents. He may want to do the adoption as Katie wants, because Bill may hope that it'll reconcile him and Katie and give them a new lease on life, but they may not wind up with the kid. Second, I suspect Luna's grandma, Lee Finnegan, may throw her hat into the ring. She may want Luna's baby to prove that she can raise it right, and so Lee can make sure the kid doesn't turn out evil like Luna or her awful mother, Poppy Nozawa. I'm sure Lee wants this child to be raised with good role models so that it has a sense of morality and good judgment. I mean, it'd be great if the kid turned out like Finn Finnegan, who Lee and Jack Finnegan raised very well. I credit Lee with all of that. And you know, Finn turned out great despite having Sheila Carter's DNA in his bloodstream. So Lee is somebody to think about. Another option to consider after great-grandma Lee is the kid's grandpa, Finn. He may also want to be considered as an adoptive or custodial father for Luna's baby for a few reasons. First, Finn didn't get to raise Luna, so this would be kind of a do-over. Second, Finn himself is adopted, and he has a psychotic mom, Sheila. So, he may see something of himself in this child's situation. Third, Finn may want the kid away from Bill's influence. I mean, Dollar Bill is a cheater, a liar, an attempted murderer. He's not a great guy, you know, and Bill got Luna the pardon, even after she tried to kill Steffy Forrester, and that all led to this mess. So, we also know that Finn and Steffy are great parents, and I could see Finn convincing Steffy that they could save this kid from Luna and protect the child from her horrible influence. And if Finn makes the deal of let's raise this kid, and I'll cut Luna and Sheila out of my life, not another word spoken to them forever, Steffy might go, okay, because she does like kids, and she adopted before, even though it turned out to be a stolen baby. So, we know she's open to adoption. A fourth option to consider is someone who may want to raise Will and Luna's baby for extremely selfish reasons, and that's Poppy. Of course, she hates her daughter Luna. And this week, when Poppy finds out Luna's alive, she even calls her the B word, which completely shocks Lee and Finn, although it shouldn't. But that doesn't mean that Poppy won't make a grab for her grandkid. Here's why. That baby of Luna's is a Spencer, and Poppy is a well-known gold digger on Bold and the Beautiful. So, she might fight to get custody of Luna's kid so she can demand hefty child support from the Spencer family. Poppy might see that baby in Luna's belly as a payday. You know, Poppy's all about the money. That's why she tried to pass Luna off as Bill's kid. And if you remember, Poppy was pretending to be a chill hippie chick, but was actually thrilled to be living the cushy Spencer lifestyle with Bill. So yeah, I could see Poppy making a grab because she sees the baby as an ATM. A fifth option to consider, of course, is 8-toed Sheila Carter. She might want her great-grandbaby because it's her only link to Finn and Luna, who are most likely going to be out of her life for good. Steffy had finally softened up on Sheila, but now she lied and helped hide Luna. So, I think she's going to be on the outs again. As for Luna, she's probably looking at life in prison, and that means Sheila can't have her in her day-to-day life. So, she may want to get custody of Luna's baby to feel closer to her son Finn and her granddaughter Luna when they are both out of her life. But I can't imagine Katie or Bill wanting their grandkid in the hands and 8 toes of Psycho Sheila. And I don't think any judge in their right mind would give Luna's baby to Sheila. That doesn't mean she won't try to get her hands on Luna's kid, especially because Sheila might soon lose Deacon Sharp. So that's one big loss, and she may lose Luna to prison. You know, she can probably see her, but not that often. And I do think that Steffi's going to push Finn to cut Sheila back out of his life. So, this child of Luna and Will's could be all the family that Sheila has left. And if you remember, she does have some other kids. But when it came to Finn, she was cheated out of raising him. I mean, Jack basically strong-armed her into giving him the kid the same way that Finn was kind of deceived out of getting to raise Luna. So Sheila may feel like it's an opportunity for a do-over for her. So the bottom line is, it may not be quite as easy as Katie thinks it will be for her and Bill to take that baby. There may be other people in the way, and you never know. Luna might have some say in it. And if she does, I would expect that she would prefer Finn or Sheila over, say, Lee or Katie or Bill, or especially not Poppy, who we all know did her wrong as a kid. The Bold and the Beautiful, Spoilers and Updates tease, could Luna Nozawa orchestrate a chaotic prison break? Will she make her escape while targeting multiple foes for revenge? Fans of B&B are well aware of Luna's fury when she discovered that a get-out-of-jail-free card was not in her future after all. Thanks to Electra Forrester's call to the police, Luna has been apprehended for her latest offenses at the beach house. Facing yet another lengthy prison sentence, Luna might be feeling the pressure to carve out a new escape from her troubles. Her plans surrounding her pregnancy isn't unfolding as she envisioned, prompting her to consider a different approach. Katie Logan proposed that she could ultimately gain custody of the baby with Bill Spencer, ensuring that Luna's child never learns of her existence. Luna has battled with her questions about her father throughout her life, so this suggestion certainly struck a nerve. The idea of Luna's baby being forcibly taken from her, leaving him or her unaware that she is their mother, must be incredibly frustrating for her. Considering this, Luna might conclude that her only choice is to escape and distance herself as much as possible from the Spencers. If Luna comes to terms with the fact that Will Spencer will never love her or defend her, she may be open to exploring this different route. Perhaps Luna could play the victim card to a gullible guard and gain some help. She might even receive assistance from Sheila Sharp, who has a track record of successful jailbreaks. No matter the situation, prison facilities often have a surprising ease of escape when a soap opera plot demands it. After all, soaps aren't exactly reality shows. If the writers of B&B decide that Luna needs to make a rapid exit, they will surely find a way to make it happen. While it would be wise for Luna to vanish into the darkness, her thirst for revenge could take precedence. It's not hard to envision Luna seeking out several targets for payback as she flees the town. She might track down Electra, along with anyone else she perceives as having wronged her. One thing for sure, Luna would have quite the revenge list of targets, considering all who's to blame for her predicament. The target list may feature Will, Katie, Bill, Lee Finnegan, Poppy Nozawa, and particularly Steffy Forrester when she returns to town. If Luna goes on a wrathful rampage, she could aim for any or all of these players, so keep an eye out for updates on any potential ominous news on the horizon. According to the spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Luna's days of causing chaos might still be far from over. The Bold and the Beautiful, spoilers for Thursday, October 16th, 2025, reveal Deke going after what he wants. With hope for the future, back in business and in need of a new designer, Deke Sharp thinks it's finally his chance to make it big. However, he doesn't want the job just because Hope Logan is his sister. He wants to be chosen fair and square, so he sneaks his portfolio into a pile of applicants for the Forrester Creations team to go through. Deke is confident that he can get the job if everyone sees what he is capable of. He doesn't want any favors due to his sibling. However, he might want to have some patience because the people in charge have something better to do on Thursday than look over designer portfolios. Brooke Logan and Ridge Forrester take some time for themselves and indulge in some passionate office moments. The PDAs never stop at FC, but will Brooke end up in her underwear as usual? There's never a dull moment in Eric's office or the design office. While Deke isn't angling to get a job, he spends some time with his father and lends a supportive ear. Deacon Sharp is having a hard time dealing with what Sheila Carter has done and worries that it could be the end of his marriage. Deke is sorry to hear that his dad is going through such a rough time, but does he have any words of advice? Perhaps Deacon should have realized who he was marrying before he married her. Then again, Deacon is not the paragon of virtue. As for Sheila, she wants her husband back and may resort to some underhanded things to get him there. Does she realize that being underhanded and secretive is how she got herself into this mess to begin with? Sheila never learns, and she seems to have passed that trait down to her granddaughter. Crazy Luna Nozawa, the bold and the beautiful, spoilers tease that Liam Spencer and Hope Logan are free to remarry, and Liam may turn his proposal into an event that is not soon forgotten. Hope's life is going from strength to strength. She has her old job and old ex back. Life is good. Her hope for the future line has been reinstated at Forrester Creations after her coup attempt, and even her brother Deke Sharp has conveniently appeared to help out. He's going to bring urban chic to HFTF. Hope's gearing up for her new fashion show, and we predict that both Liam and Deke will play a part in its debut. We can even see her wearing a showstopper, designed by Deke. This would be the perfect time for Liam to glide out from the shadows and pronounce his love for Hope. Liam's recent faux medical emergency drove home the point that Lope was relationship goals. Hope broke off her engagement and Cartier Walton, and it seems foreordained that Lope will reunite in marriage. Now that Carter's ring is off her finger, it's time for Liam to put his ring on it. This would be the highlight of their daughter Beth Spencer's life, and we can see them settling into the little cabin again, 3 little bears snug in their LA semi-forest setting. Lope have tied the knot before, but this time around, Liam may want to make a grand statement following what he thought was a near-death experience. How special would it be for Liam to get on one knee while Hope is on the runway and present her with some dramatic bling? Tell us, B&B fans, do you want Hope and Liam to reunite, or do you think they are better off not revisiting old stomping grounds? Hope has a history of putting off marriage. Remember what she did to Thomas Forrester? Tell us how you want Lope to live their lives. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with the bold and the beautiful right now. Come back here often for the hottest B&B updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. The bold and the beautiful spoilers document that Sheila Carter Sharp is worried about her marriage, and she should be. Deacon Sharp was so thrown by the Luna Nozawa reveal that he's not sure he can keep his ring on. It would be a shame if Deacon made what would be a hasty decision. While his feelings of betrayal are justified, he needs to incorporate what just happened to Luna. Sheila reinforced that Luna was put back in prison and that she can't help her even if she wanted to. In the short term, her granddaughter likely won't escape or miraculously regain her freedom. But she'll likely want to see Sheila. To think that Luna convinced Bill Spencer to get her released from prison was remarkable. He not only accomplished that outcome, but also, amazingly, had her released to his care in his home. But then Bill went one soapy step further. While pardons are part of life on the other side of the screen, and convicted criminals have long had their sentences commuted by various political personas across time, seeing Luna freed was incredible. The woman plotted the murder of a man she believed was her father, and then killed a so-called friend because he became aware of that connection. There was no basis for the governor in this version of California to agree to leniency, but that person did, and Luna got off. Yet, she later shot his son, Liam Spencer. seemingly dying when he fantastically got up and shot her in the chest, wanted to shoot Steffy Forrester Finnegan, and accidentally shot Sheila. The Spencer offenses crossed Luna off Dollar Bill's Christmas card list forever. It's no coincidence that Deacon chose Taylor to be his therapist. The fact that he wants to talk with a licensed professional about any topic raises eyebrows. But the eyebrow that is mostly raised is Deacon's when he sees Taylor. She is not only a highly appealing single woman, but she's also Ridge Forrester's recent cast-off. Deacon knows that Taylor is available. He is also completely aware that Ridge will be bothered when, not if, he learns that she's taken Deacon as a patient. Just imagine how his rival for Brooke Logan will react if Deacon and Taylor go beyond a doctor-patient relationship. Sheila likely took viewers by surprise when she responded with support after Deacon told her he was seeing Taylor for psychiatric help. But that was followed by her tracking him to the office. Witnessing the embrace Deacon and Taylor shared after the session ended was a turning point. Bad Sheila would soon threaten Taylor and put Deacon on notice. So, this is a test for Brown's character. If she's truly changed and can keep herself under control, then all will be well. Yet, this is daytime drama, and this indelible actor has earned her glorious reputation through villainy. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the bold and the beautiful. Check back regularly for B&B spoilers and news.